With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
The start less than ideal as they already face a second and long. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a first carry here for their running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So now the Bengals get ready for their first drive. They'll be led out by a man who played his college ball on Rocky Top of All for Life Charles, their rookie quarterback from Tennessee.
And as we begin week 2 in the NFL, he was truly one of the top stories around the league. What a debut. Didn't look phased at all, handled everything with poise and grace, and played through in a big way. I can't wait to see what the defenses throw at him this week and see how he adjusts.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the first carry here for the running back. That one goes for 8 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Here's 2nd and 8. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. A nice throw right there. And, Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. This defense for the Patriots, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the...
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on 1st and goal.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Back to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. And his kick here is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal. And
anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a 2nd one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Hands it off out of the gun. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. You talk about this Bengals defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Normally you want teams to gel late in the season, but this unit, they've been terrific right from the word go.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and he hoped to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
2nd and 9 now. Over the middle, complete. That's Wheeler. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Wheeler. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. 2nd and 6 as they've got it as we resume action. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And his kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Yeah, the Patriots gearing up to go now. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a 1st down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Second and 5 at the 37-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 43. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these 2 have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off for big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 23. The slot man in motion right. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll set up a throw. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
Now back to throw. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Bengals.
He'll drop to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 19.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On play action, they'll throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 11.
They'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. That's complete. Bernard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. An excellent gain, 35 yards. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
And down he goes again. A bevy of sacks in less than a half. But this defense is still losing the game. They've got to fix something because there should be no excuse for losing with an effort like this on that side of the ball. They need to take advantage when their defense is generating this kind of pressure.
And the pressure gets to him again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Patriots take over. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Now 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Back to throw here. Wide open receiver complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great effort there. in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Patriots have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room.
So now this to get themselves a lead here heading into the break. And that one will give them the lead here as we approach halftime. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown.
And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead, and they'll move it up to the 40.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he floats one there, incomplete. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where you see the final score there. The Bills with 2 straight wins to start the season as they get the win at home there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll drop to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game. Even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Patriots are able to stretch out their lead.
You got it figured out by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it ends with a New England touchdown. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away.
And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll look to throw here. Going to throw right side here, complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wheeler. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new. It worked there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Patriots offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Pats at the line ready to go. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Back now in Foxborough. We get set for the 4th quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Yeah, he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call. And the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up. But also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And can they take advantage? Their defense got the 4th down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this 4th quarter deficit.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can. And there's a good opportunity to just win a ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
New England on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now back to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 39. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Wheeler. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down.
Encroachment, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Holding, offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it's second down. He'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Patriots offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
They'll look to throw.
The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Over the middle, complete. It's Wheeler. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Pats, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.